Hey everyone, and welcome to your next episode of this Spirituality podcast with me, your host Lex. This podcast is all about astrology, how it enriches our lives, and also how we can use it and understand it within our lives. This episode today is episode 17, and it is about our full moon in Cancer that just occurred yesterday, 7th of January 2023. The sign is Cancer, and Cancer is ruled by the moon. Cancer also rules the fourth house of home, family, motherhood, and relationships. So anything surrounding home, including location, who's in your home, how you feel at home, including family, the relationships between your siblings, people that you class as family, and also motherhood, how we feel, and the duty and the expectation around motherhood, and even around our own mothers, and also the relationships that we hold close to our heart. Full moons are always about releasing, letting go, and also cleansing. So certainly that is the energy surrounding all of these home related areas. The focus of this new moon I have as open hearts, open hands. So we enter the new year with our first full moon in the sign of Cancer. And rightly so, after the unexpected events of the last new moon towards the end of 2022. This break period to reflect and be around people that we consider to be family will certainly help us release and heal any deep emotions that may have come to the surface over the last month or so. The moon rules the sign of Cancer, and this transit will feel smooth as the moon is also at home in this sign. Being around creature comforts, our children, our mothers, and also expressing ourselves more may just be what the the doctor ordered, or the ethers are calling for, in order for us to be able to move on in a lighter energy. Now also with Cancer, it's associated with protection and nurturing. The word for Cancer is I feel, and it also rules the stomach, the brains, and also the breasts. So those are areas that we need to pay particular mindfulness towards, like our mind, how we use it, the things that we think about, our body, how we nurture others. If I think about the breast, I think about straight away, comfort. I think about food. I think about an energy source, and the stomach. So making sure that we are cleansing our stomach area in order for our chakras to remain aligned. Anything relating to our stomach, as it holds a lot of energy in that space, i.e. our sacral chakra, our solar plexus, all in that area, that will be needing to be cleansed at this time as well. And I think that by doing that, it will allow any root chakra work to be able to flow through less painfully. Cancer is the opposite sign of Capricorn, and Capricorn, being an earth sign, requires root work. So even though we're in a full moon in Cancer, which is water, which is emotions, which is feelings, if we really think about the home, the family, and the relationship with our mom or our kids, we need to, what we do is we feel our way around those situations, because they're so close to us. There's no way we could only use logic in order to think and work through those situations, because we need to be able to feel and then put a logic into practice around the things that we are feeling. So, when people say, which I hear a lot, water signs, or Cancerians in particular, are very emotional, and I tend to agree. I think that Cancers especially are quite fiery people, but they work very, very grounded, and they actually work really, really hard, especially when it comes to the home. So that is an energy that we will all be taking on just for the next few weeks to look deeper into. Other planetary alignments, the opposing side to this full moon and this cleansing is going to be the fact that both Mars and Mercury are currently retrograde. Mercury is currently retrograde in the sign of Capricorn, as I said, which is the Cancerian opposite sign. And with that, what that's doing is it's adding a layer of confusion and foggy energy around the situations that we're in, making us find it hard to really believe, to trust in what we believe to be true, and also feeling like maybe sometimes it's one step forward and two steps backwards where it comes to communication, because the communication is not really being at its best, as Mercury does. It doesn't trust the success in what the Capricorn energy is working on. So it's going out of its way to scrutinize the success in the situations that we're in. So Mercury retrograde in Capricorn again will look at the fourth house of Cancerian or Cancer energy, and it will scrutinize the home situation, it will scrutinize the family situation, it will scrutinize the relationship between mother and child, and make us question or second guess if those things are adding to us in the way that we desire it to be added. Oh, excuse me. So yes, essentially the overall energy is to try to take our minds out of it as much as possible for just even if it's just for a week, and allow ourselves to feel our way around the situation, because our feelings will have us in a way sometimes where, you know, when you just know, and you may not even be able to express it or put a plan together towards it, but you just know, and sometimes that knowing is enough. It's enough to tell us what we want to do. It's enough to tell us where we want to stay. It's enough to tell us what we want to be around. It's enough to tell us what we want to put energy into, and that's it. It's very, very simple. It's very plain. It's very straightforward. Just by listening to how we feel when we're here, there, or wherever, will give us the answer, in fact, as to what we need to do. So the signs that this transit will most likely affect the most will be the cardinal signs, which are Cancer, Capricorn, Libra, and Aries. The energy around a cardinal energy is leaders and self-starters, initiation, and sort of dynamic attitude. So essentially, once a cardinal sign or a water sign has come out of this part of thinking and feeling, then they will go into the cardinal energy of, okay, let's take the lead, let me get something started, let me work towards this is where I want to be, and they will make the necessary steps to go into it. And I would definitely say by April time especially, we can expect to see some really big initiations. 100%. We've been working for a lot of energy, and it's about time that those energies were, sort of rested upon at this moment. Okay, so the cards that I've got for you are, in this time, 1 second. The cards that I've got for you in this time are, which it was quite interesting for me actually, because it was very much I wrote the other day, sorry to keep chopping and changing, but I wrote down the other day something that we can expect to see or feel the energy of around 2023, because in numerology, 2023 will reduce down to a number 7 essentially, and the number 7 carries vibration. Also, every number does. So the number 7 carries the vibration of these things. So the Chariot, victory. 7, Libra, which is balance. 7, justice, which is the scales of justice. 7, marriage, partnerships and alliances. 7, Venus, love and beauty. 7, spiritual wisdom and knowledge. 7, Kundalini energy. 7, the third eye, Pisces and Neptune. 7, K2, the South Node. And 7, creativity and practicality. I think the reason why I've read that is because in this particular spread of cards, I definitely had a lot of 5s and a lot of 7s. And that lets me know that these changes are definitely in our energy and aura field. And what the changes are all around those 7s that we've just discussed. So anything that needs to be brought into balance this year, there will be a lot of justice being served this year. There may be partnerships formed, marriages even. Your gift may be spiritual wisdom and knowledge this year. Your Kundalini may open this year. You could be coming out of the last stages of healing your South Node this year, so you can go into your North Node next year. There's so many different things that it could mean, because we're all at different stages. We're all at different levels. You could be opening your third eye this year. You could be starting something, a business this year that will be practical and creative. There's so many different things. So it's a lot to look forward to. So the idea of cleansing the broken things from last year, to me, is actually a very, very good place to start the new year. So I'll go back to the cards. The cards that I got were open heart, number 7. I got an ethereal card, which is space, which is hearing and speaking. I also got a time to give rather than to take, and I got is time to release energy. I got scarab beetle, the magic works within you. I got let your spirit be your guide, hawk spirit, and I also got nightingale spirit, love is all around you. Excuse me. So what I'm getting from this is essentially that negativity is attached to our expectations. Sometimes when we wander aimlessly and we just allow things to happen, allow experiences to come about in our lives, we are actually testing what we can sometimes get from situations and things of that nature. What I'm getting here is from spirit is that needs, that's something that needs to die. This year is going to be all about using the magic within you, the magic that lays naturally within you, to heal the bonds in your relationships, to search for the correct type of love around you, to jump into situations where balance and victory is more of what you're getting, as opposed to not speaking up, not hearing the things that you want to say, not hearing the things that you want to hear, keeping things to ourselves, not showing our real feelings or emotions behind things that may be going on. It's about bringing things into the 3D in a real way, and pushing forward with those things with an open heart in order to heal and release these things, so we can continue on and have the life that we've otherwise been dreaming of. So let me just put this back. The last card that I got in this spread was actually relationships, and it's a purple card which tells me that there's a lot of things that we know, that we think that we know, but the true reality is that we can never know what we don't know, and sometimes that has to just be okay. How do we move forward with a situation where we think that we know but we don't really know? What we do is we ask, and we sit with ourselves, and we ask ourselves, how do we feel about the particular situation, and we receive the answers from ourselves. That is the truth. That is the way that we learn and understand how we feel. By keeping our heart open, we are not only it's not about being vulnerable, it's about keeping ourselves open in order to be able to remain connected to the truth of how we feel. Once we remain connected to the truth of how we feel, it gives us that power, that magical power to be able to push past and release things that we actually do not need to invest our minds into. There's a necessity of becoming aligned, really becoming aligned with what we want, and not wasting the time allowing thoughts instead of seeking answers and then making decisions based on those answers. We can't live in thought all of the time. You know, it's unhealthy. Sometimes we need to see results so we can then take further steps. And that is the energy that I'm getting behind this reading. And as I said, this is definitely surrounding relationships. I wrote it there and it says it here. And those relationships can be so vast and wide. It's all of the relationships that are around us. It's not just loving relationships. So that's all I have for us and our full moon today. I hope that you've enjoyed this, and I will certainly see you again for our next update. And I wish you the best day, and I will speak to you soon. Blessings.